Good afternoon, folks. Mike Wells, your World Explorer. Today we are at the Stick Marsh portion of the St. John's Water Management Area. Now, you're looking at a dirt road that's on a levee that extends, I think, at least 10 miles in that direction. We came from a very long road from that direction. So we're going to try to cover both sides of this levee. What we're looking for today are alligators, the Florida alligators. Now we'll probably see a lot of birds along the way. Now I'm going to walk and hopefully we can find something that's worth talking about, because this is the time of the year when the gators are starting their breeding. So we should see lots of gators coming out. Now, I may be early, I may be late. It's all dependent on the weather. The weather will trigger these types of events. So we'll just keep heading out this way. I'm looking along this bank over here. I see a little bit of balding in some spots. That's what you look for when you're trying to find an alligator. Let's go ahead and zoom in. That's kind of what I'm talking about right there, that little bit of balding. Over here too, you see it there. That's what you look for. But this whole area, I think, has been dug out years ago. They're just now pretty much trying to bring it back to make it into wetlands again. Now I see some, if you look up ahead, I see some vultures. So I'm curious as to what they have found. We were planning on visiting the T.M. Goodwin Marsh Conservation Area today, which is on that side of this whole area. But unfortunately for me, today is a Wednesday. Thursdays is when they open that to the public, and also on Sundays. So I'm not going to be able to go out there today. It's a shame too, because that area is the area that I've seen in the past where it's been most heavily concentrated by gators. So now if we look out in this direction, really interesting. Okay, because you can see things that really don't belong in a marsh. Like, you see those sable palms in the distance? Yeah. So this area used to be high and dry, but they started allowing the water to come back into it. So now you're seeing any kind of sable palms and whatnot are going to slowly die off, and this is going to all be returned to marshy, grassy wetlands. But yeah, this used to be heavily populated with more of your dry type of forests. Now let's go over here. We're going to see some things. I see a gator right now. You might not be able to see it as clearly as I can, but let's take a look here. It's at the surface of the water right up that way. I don't know if you can see it, but he's so far away that you can't really focus on him too much. Now we'll try to get closer. Look, it's not safe to get close to gators. So I wouldn't recommend trying this if I were you. Oh, look at this. Here's some neat looking wildflowers. Boom. They almost look like orchids. Look at that, huh? That's pretty. It's a beautiful little wildflower. Very cool. We got some white wildflowers too. All kinds of little wildflowers out here. Interesting. Let's go up here to the bank. This view is kind of nice. I see some lilies wanting to grow. Yeah, this definitely looks interesting. If you look down there, kind of creepy, because you can tell gators have been trotting through this area. If you look, they've trampled that down, so they're definitely in here. Unquestionable. Oh, I may have just missed my opportunity to catch one up close right there. If you see those bubbles, he was there. Oh well, we'll keep trying. Now I'm out here, I have protection on me, so if things get really scary, I can utilize my protection. Now you'll hear there's a lot of weird birds out here too, a bunch of different types of birds that you don't see where people hang out. Now at the T.M. Goodwin Marsh Conservation Area, there are countless birds. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go out there today, but no luck. Looks like it's not gonna happen, but let's keep our eyes peeled. I'm gonna have to be quiet. Look at these wildflowers. Wow, this is crazy. Look at that right there. Beautiful, huh? Look at this one up here. Some folks might call that a weed, but in my opinion, it's a beautiful flower. Look at these things. Right up in there. Wow, super pretty. Look at these, weird. That's crazy looking. And there's a bunch of them. Yeah, all kinds of stuff to see out here. Let's go ahead and try to spot these gators if there are any. Now on my way down the road this way, I saw a couple of gators swimming down the canal that leads to this location. So hopefully they're still there on my way back. I'd like to go try and spot them. And when you see vultures out here, it's because there's a carcass of something that they've been attracted to. And during this time of the year, it most likely is either a wild hog or a gator that has been killed. So you look at this nasty sludgy area, right? Gators have been in here. I don't see too much activity of them on the banks here, but close to the banks, yes. They've been traveling. That bird right there makes an incredible amount of noise. Now I'm just going to keep going. There it is again. There's another bird. It's like a little duck. A weird, noisy little duck. You'll see tens of thousands of them at times. Truly incredible. This truly is a different type of environment, so if you have like a boat or something, that would be beneficial to you. Oh, I see something. Oh, it's just garbage. Now normally I would bring my bike out to this location because it's miles of travel. And I don't like walking that far on the levee. I am going to show you something though if I can get out there today. Alright, we're going to get back up on the levee because we're kind of getting bored with this particular spot. Alright, we're back up on the levee. I don't see all the gators that I was hoping to see. I don't see them. I can't imagine there being a whole lot of food in the marshy, swampy areas. Maybe fish, but I don't think gators eat like that. So we're gonna look for things that are out of place, unusual, like this. Look at these birds. These huge vultures. What are they waiting on? They're not eating anything. They must be waiting for something to die. If I look over to my right, I don't see any gators hanging around. Now, I've come out here in the past and seen huge gators swimming all throughout this area. So maybe it's not that time of the year yet. Yeah, these vultures are just hanging out. Now I'm gonna walk only up to that island spot on the right and the left. That's as far as I'm going today. And we're gonna go out there. We're gonna look. We're gonna go see what very few people have ever seen before. Oh, I see a big gator. Oh, yes, I do. Let's go ahead and zoom in on him. Can you see that? He's just chilling right there, looking at me. Oh yeah, look at that. I am gonna get closer. So let's see if we can get down there without scaring him off. Seems weird to scare a gator, doesn't it? But I'm pretty sure they're more afraid of you than you are them. All right, we're getting down there. Let's change our perspective. Oh yeah, he's chilling. Look at him now, he's going away. He doesn't want anything to do with me. So yeah, usually we'll see they're just gonna be hanging out all over the place out here, looking just like that. Just swimming around, having a good old time. They're starting to do it. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. So I'm gonna be frequenting this location throughout the next entire month of May, because this is what I'm trying to capture. I want to capture these gators on camera. And these vultures, they're expecting that gator to kill something and leave some scraps behind. It's probably why those vultures are hanging out. They know what gators do. These guys are brazen. I am very close to them. This is very odd behavior. Yeah, they just fly around. All right, what else can we spot? Let's take a shot over here. There is some balding on the shore over there. So if we zoom in now, you can see some of that balding in there. Crazy, huh? There may be some turtles around. I don't see them though. All kinds of birds out here. There's not a lot of them, but there are a nice handful. Now all of this island over here on the right used to be above water, but the water is high right now for some reason. Really don't understand why, because we're in the dry times. Must be St. John's water management artificially keeping it high. So at some point there should be quite a few gators out here, because Blue Cypress Lake is that way. Let's look over here. Can I spot any more gators? Alright, we're gonna keep walking in this direction. Alright folks, we've arrived further up. Now we're getting close to some of these ducks, and more of them is what I'm after. So I just want to break away from the levee and go take a look at them if they will allow me. Here they are. They've got some babies. I hear some close to me, but I can't see them. Let's see what's down this way. You can hear them. They're all up in this marsh foliage. Look at that purple flower cluster. That's cool. I want to get one up close. Those are all over out here, especially during the summertime. So they're just starting. Huh. I don't see any gators. Look at this cormorant. There's two of them. They swim underwater. This water looks unusually clear. So that must mean they're doing something right out here to get this water to be this clear. We're going back up on this levee. No gators. All right, we are now further up, getting closer to that specific island I was telling you about. These islands on the right are pretty much overtaken. Hopefully we can see a gator soon. Let's look over here. Not seeing any gators. Can't blame them though. There's really not much to eat at this spot. We'll keep heading up. I'm not familiar with this bird, but it's got some colors. Let's see if it'll let us get a little bit closer. There it goes. He just went over that way. Yeah, he doesn't want me to get too close for some reason, but I get it. There's another weird big bird back there behind that one on that tree. Very interesting. Not much going on down there. There's a bunch of big boulders of what looks like either, I think that's Seller's stone, or doesn't look like coquina. Well, it could be coquina, but that all helps keep this levee intact. All right, we're going up to that island. On our way up to that island, we have spotted countless dragonflies. Now they eat mosquitoes. I don't know if you can see these dragonflies, but I'm about to get ground level so you can possibly see them. Yeah, look, there are so many of them. They just land on these little grass blades. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Can you see them? Yeah, they're everywhere. So many of them. Yeah, they're just out here. I'm not getting bit by mosquitoes at all, so either they're the reason or there's just no mosquitoes out here right now. All right, I am going to the shoreline real quick to show you this. But there are these, I think they're lilies, and they're really pretty, the flowers. I wish I could get closer. All I can do is zoom in. Look at those pretty lilies growing. There's one that's somewhat close to me. Right there. Wow. So these yellow lilies are all over out here, it seems. I'm about at that island, so let's see what we can do. Look at these. These are called cattails. There's a bunch of them too, all in this location. All right, we're getting close. Let's see. Some big cormorant over there, a couple of them. I really hope we see something. Those lilies are fantastic looking. Oh, look. Look at this. You know what that is? That is an apple snail. Now these birds, what they'll do is they'll grab that apple snail and they'll peck a hole in the side, and then the piece that goes right here that seals the snail in there loses its airlock, loses its seal, and then they can just have their way with the creature. They eat them. But these are an invasive. Really interesting. Look at these lilies. Now I'm really close to some lilies. Let's see if we can avoid any kind of gators. I am really, really close to these lilies. So I'm gonna get right up next to this one. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. Amazing. These are beautiful flowers. So many lilies. I see a white heron over there. All right, let's back out of here. Don't want to get in trouble with the gators, if there are any. I see tons of those dragonflies. I don't know if you can see them. They're everywhere. It's good for me. It means I'm not gonna be getting eaten by mosquitoes. Oh, there may be some gators here. Huh. I don't see any gators. What's going on down here? This is, over time, this sand whittles away and erodes off of this fixture here. So they've got some weather measuring devices over there. That's what that looks like. Oh, look at these flowers. Wow. Scary though, look. Don't want any gators to be waiting for me. Look at this. Beautiful wildflowers. Beautiful. Look at those. Really pretty. Very nice. All right, let's go look around, see what we can spot. I don't remember this fence being here in the past. It says no trespassing. See that? St. John's River Water Management District. Well, that's a shame because we came out here for nothing then. Well, that's a real shame because I wanted to go in there. Years ago, I went to this location and there was no fence. So I was able to find all kinds of turtle shells and bones and you name it. There's no telling what we could have found today if, I guess, that fence hadn't been put up. But one thing I see right now is another apple snail. So yeah, look at this apple snail. Crazy, huh? That's kind of big if you look at it. But as I was saying, there's a fin that goes into here, and there's the fin right there. That fin, boom, goes in just like that. And these birds, they peck the side, and then the fin breaks loose and they eat the critter on the inside. So that's how that works. So anyhow, I'm gonna head all the way back out, and if I see some gators, I'll start filming again for you. But where I'm gonna go next is a location where I did see some gators on the way here. So it's not part of this specific two-sided circuit, if you will. All right, I spot a gator. He's interested in me, I think. Oh, he's coming. This is gonna get real interesting. Oh, now he's turning. He's not that big, unless my eyes are deceiving me. So let's see if we can get closer. I'm really not that afraid of gators. I'm only afraid of them when they're aggressive. This one is leaving the scene. Might go underwater here in a second. Let's zoom in and see if we can get a good capture. Where are we at here, folks? See him? There. We're zoomed in all the way. This gator doesn't really want anything to do with me, so we'll just leave it alone. Keep moving. Okay, so this gator all of a sudden changed his mind and is coming closer to the land. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see if I can sneak up. It's looking this way. There's no way he doesn't see me, so maybe we'll get close enough to it to get a better picture. He's chilling. He might be thinking of sneaking. There he is. Oh man, I'm getting pretty close. If it starts to head this way, I gotta back out because I still don't want to mess around with this gator. That's cool. So we're pretty close. We're not as close as we would like to be, but we're definitely a safe distance. It's very shallow over there, so I wonder if he's planning something. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave him alone. He's been fine without me, and that's the way we're gonna leave it. Alrighty folks, way out there in the distance, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm about to zoom in. There are two gators, but they're so far away that, oh, look at that white heron playing a game of chicken. So there's a gator on the left, you can barely see it, but the one on the right, it's moving. You can see it. However, that makes me believe that this area here, close to the entrance of this levee, is gator rich. So what I'm gonna do is take a chance and I'm gonna go down there. Yes, I'm gonna go down there where there's balding at the shoreline, and I'm definitely gonna get risky here. Now, I don't recommend this for anyone who is inexperienced with being around gators. Yeah, they have definitely been hanging out through here. There's no question about it. And then they travel through this, they slog through this nasty stuff here. So that balding right there, I'll bet you sometimes they sit there after they eat and they catch the sun. They have to do that because they're cold-blooded and they can't digest their food without heat. I wish we could get up close to one, but that may not happen today. Big herons. Now there's this balding at the shore here. They've been sitting here too. Now this looks like a spot where either people launch airboats or the gators have been hanging out here, but I really want to get close to a gator. You know, safely close. I don't want to be in danger, in harm's way, so let's go up here and see if there are any gators up here. Right, I'm not going down there today. Today's not the day for that. But let's look. Any gators? Doesn't look to be any gators. We'll walk around this way. Well, look at that. Somebody sank their boat. That's crazy. I wouldn't want to be in that situation unless they just illegally dumped it there. I don't know. Somebody should be getting to have to take care of that. Oh, our vultures are back. And they follow us everywhere. So where are the gators today? So far we've spotted a few. That'd be cool to be able to get over on that island. But there's no trodden path. So it'd be a very dense brush to have to claw my way through, and I don't think I want to do that. Now this island over here, oddly enough, is full of birds, okay? You'll see pink birds, white birds, black birds, all kinds of birds. I see some pink ones right now, I think. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can spot them. I think that one in the middle right there is pink. Yeah, there are pink birds throughout here. There's one in the distance over there. It's hard to see, but a lot of bird enthusiasts, they park themselves right over here on the shoreline and they just start snapping photos because for some reason this spot, this one little island, attracts birds like you can't imagine. Now I don't see any gators, so we're gonna head down the way, down Fellsmere Grade Road, and we are going to try to spot the gators that we saw earlier today. All right, we are down Fellsmere Grade Road, and I did see a gator as I was passing this location by, and here he is. Now I'm pretty far away from this alligator, so let's try to zoom in so you can spot it. You can see him sun tanning right there on the bank, but he's not actually sun tanning. He's just trying to digest his food. So that's one gator. Let's see if we can spot another gator somewhere else around here. There should be more. All right, we are now on the other side of the location that we were just at, and I'm going to show you right over here. That spot right over there is where the gator was, just around that bend. But here's the good news. We might be able to get to that spot. So I'm going to try. Let's go ahead. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that gator right there. We are in luck, folks. Definitely some balding on the shoreline over there. So with that balding, that's a telltale sign that gators have been hanging out here. And that's a lot of balding. So they probably live here. So we're gonna go sneak over there and see what we can get. All right, I wanted to take you along for the ride. Maybe I know that this area over here is where there's a lot of bass fishing, and world-class bass anglers like to experience that area. So there's a little food for thought for you if that's what you're into. What's going on this side? Do you see any gators? No. All right, I'm gonna have to be quiet. gator should be over here somewhere. I don't know, folks. Let's do it. I do not recommend doing this. We're gonna try to see if we can spot something. Okay, we've got some water here. I'm not exactly being very sneaky. We got to get over there somehow. So we'll go around this way. Oh man. This is very packed in. Gotta be very quiet now. Oh man. These leaves. That gator probably took off somewhere and is now in the water. Oh yeah, it's been hanging out here for sure. That's how you know. Dang. So if I go over here, this is crazy. It knows I'm here. There's no way it doesn't. Oh my gosh. I don't know what creature that was that just ran by me, but it was not a gator. It was like a giant nutria rat or something. That's a shame because he just ruined our moment. Man. Let's see if we can go find that other one through here. Let's do this. Man, this is definitely off the beaten path. All these leaves, they make so much crunch. Can't sneak up on anything. Okay, so that other gator should be hanging out over here somewhere. That's where it likes to hang out. So let's go this way. We gotta spot it. I don't even see it. I don't see it at all. Where is it? Those bubbles. Those bubbles usually are not a welcome sign for if you're close. So we gotta scram from this spot. I'm not feeling very safe right here. Let's go around this way and see if we can spot him at a different location. Well, we did get kind of close to that one. Yeah, this is crazy. This is pretty far in the bush for what I'm used to. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna spot that other gator. He probably went under. And that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That definitely helps the channel grow. And stay tuned because gator season is right around the corner. Have a great day.